Stop telling your kids that they're not bad kids because they make bad decisions. All right. Now, I know this sounds harsh. This sounds like everything that psychology and whatever tells us, but there's a purpose to this. All right. And I'm not saying that we go and we tell our kids that, hey, if you make a bad decision, then you're a bad person. This is about applying consistency and accountability to our kids and teaching that the same way we would teach it to anyone else. All right. And it's about teaching them that they have power and control over who they are. So let's make this a little bit distance from the emotion here. All right. What would you tell your kids on the opposite side? So if you had your child come to you and tell you that, man, this person is being mean to me all the time. They keep doing these things or keep doing that. And you'd be like, well, that's not a good influence for you to be around. That's not someone good for you to be around. All right. Now, it doesn't mean that, hey, they are a terrible person, but it means that, hey, that is not someone that you want to be around. And what is that based on? Their actions. It's based on what they do. All right. And that's really what this comes down to, is we would define anyone outside of ourselves by their actions, by their choices. But then so often we teach ourselves that our intentions matter. All right. We tell ourselves that, well, yeah, I may do these bad things, but I'm a good person, so the bad things don't matter. All right. And we teach our kids that same thing by telling them that, hey, you're a good kid no matter what you do. But then for everyone else, we say, well, it doesn't matter what the intentions are. It matters about what they do. All right. And that is a problem, because what it does is it teaches kids that their actions don't matter, that they can do whatever they want, and there's no accountability. But the other thing it teaches them is that their good decisions don't matter. All right? If their bad decisions don't impact who they are, then neither do the good ones. So when you tell your kids that, hey, your bad choices don't matter, that they don't define who you are, you're also telling them that their good choices don't make them a good person. All right, what we need to do is start teaching our kids that they have control. They have full control over who they are at any given point, and they can change who they are at any given point. Yes, you can be a really good kid because you make really good choices. And then you can have a period where you start making really bad choices. And now you're choosing to not be a good person in that moment. All right, and this is the same for adults. It doesn't matter who we are. We choose who we're going to be. So you can choose that, hey, I'm going to be not a good person today, or this week, this month, this year. But at any given point, you can choose to change that. It gives people power. It gives them authority over themselves, over who they are. All right? And again, it's about consistency here. It's about not being hypocritical in what we teach them. It's the same with when we teach kids that, hey, winning doesn't matter. Succeeding doesn't matter. It sounds good in the moment. And sure, it makes them feel good when they're not succeeding, when they're not winning. But what that also does is it invalidates any successes that they have. Because you're teaching them that success doesn't matter. That doing good at something doesn't matter. So then when they succeed, you're telling them, yeah, who cares? And that's not the message that we want to push to our kids. All right? We don't want them to be hearing that, hey, you know what? Nothing you do changes who you are. You can let people know that, hey, You have the choice to be a good person or a not good person. However you want to put it. Every day, every minute, you have a choice to do this. You decide. Do you want to be that good person that makes good choices? Or do you not? And if you want to be someone who's making selfish choices or whatever, like, hey, go ahead. You're going to get the results that come with that. And hopefully at some point you decide, hey, I want to be a better person. I'm going to choose to be that better person. That's real accountability. And that teaches kids that they have control. It teaches them that they have the ability to decide their outcomes, to decide who they are. That they're not just whoever without any choice in the matter. It's a terrible thing to teach kids. Why would we tell them that? Why would we say you don't have a choice in who you are? That your actions don't matter? Our actions do matter because our actions affect other people. And really that's what it comes down to. Whether or not I feel like I'm a good person or not doesn't really matter. If the people around me, the people that I care about, if they think, man, this guy is hurtful, he's doing all these things that cause damage to the relationships, well, then me thinking I'm a good person when no one else does is just selfish. It's self-centered. The idea is to be the person that the people you care about see as a good person, to be an example. Now, it doesn't mean you have to go and make everyone like you. No, some people are not going to like you. You could be the best person in the world, and there's going to be some people that don't like you. All right? Santa Claus, there's people who don't like him. Like, what are you going to do? But the people that are around you, the people you do care about, your community, like your choices affect those relationships. And let's start teaching our kids and our society that our choices do matter. And it doesn't mean that one defining moment, that doesn't mean that, hey, I could do a whole bunch of really great things and I make one bad decision, I'm a bad person. No, that's crazy. We would never, ever teach people that. Because we would never apply that in the real world. Everyone makes mistakes, and we give grace. If someone is doing, just like if someone's being mean, if you go out to school or work and someone comes by and they smack you on the face, and every day they smack you in the face, and they do that 100 days in a row, and one day they come up and they go, hey, here's a candy bar. You're not going to be like, oh, that person's nice. You're going to be like, yeah, that person is mean, or the kind of person who just goes up and hits people for no reason, and today he didn't. And the same applies the other way. If you make good decisions all the time, if you're being thoughtful of other people, considerate, compassionate, all those things, and you mess up, you make a bad choice, all right. Hey, I messed up. I did something that wasn't me. And that's okay. But when it's, like, if you get in a habit of, hey, I'm choosing to do these things, it was a mistake, I'm just choosing to do this, well, that starts to define who you are. Because it's your choices. So, I want to hear your thoughts. All right? If this is not something that you agree with, or if you do agree, let me know. All right, let's have a discussion.